Yeah, can you hold your hand or something? There you go.
You know, I think that ultimately the 4% challenge is really about female filmmakers. You know, it's really about writers and directors, and that's definitely still an area that is sadly lacking, and that's reflected in this year's, you know, directing nominees. You know, there's no women in that category, and yes, I think that there's a lot of women that are working across the board in all the categories that are recognized by the Academy, which is wonderful, and it's incredible that that more women than ever before have been recognized. But ultimately, I think it's really about creators. It's also really about women in positions of leadership that have the ability to hire, that have the ability to tell stories from their perspective. And to me, that's really where the industry needs to continue to focus their work on.
I already had a whole team create this morning.
He had glam for a couple hours. A lot of hair makeup. Oh, is it?
It's an honor to be included, but we've got a really long way to go, and 4% is not enough, period.
So
Was it 4%?
I mean, 4% is the number that everyone's talking about, and it's unacceptable. And especially with all of this attention going and all these efforts being made and giving diversity awards, like, so much more needs to be done. Full stop.
how's that?
Excellent.
Enough? There's no way to really put your finger on why it's not happening faster. Certainly it's happening faster in television, but I think those of us who have the ability to make a difference need to be more focused on it. And I was talking about this recently with you know, in another at a panel, and the thing is, you have to just stop for a second and go, when you're making these lists up, which we all do all the time, who'd we forget? You know, who else is there? Who did great work on Game of Thrones or some other, you know, premium streamer show or something, you know? Like, let's find all the candidates from everywhere.
I think it's going to take the same thing that happened with, you know, people of color being represented at the Academy Awards, which is that, and it's happening already, and our company has done it, and companies, many companies are committing to just not say we want to do this, but we're going to hire X% of directors are going to be women. We just did it. We have a show at Amazon where it's 8 movies, and 50% of the directors are going to be underrepresented directors. So that'll include a lot of women. Actually, it's 100% of the directors are underrepresented, so there'll be a lot of women there. But I think a lot of people doing that. Ryan Murphy is really leading the charge with it, and it's happening. And I think next year we'll see the results of it.
More men are acknowledging the problem, and I think it's really this discussion that it's created lately that will. This is how you start the healing process. Is really by talking about it, by saying there's something wrong here and we just need to talk about it, and the discussion is happening. So I'm pretty sure that in a few years the problem won't be there anymore, and we won't be even talking about this anymore.